Hi Taurus, welcome to your general messages for money and relationships for the beginning of January. I'm saying the beginning of January because I know I missed the first couple of days. I did do an astrology video of all of the astrology for the month. It's probably going to be going to about the 10th because I am talking about some of the transits that happen on the 8th, that's sort of into the 9th and 10th. But let's get right into things. I feel like you guys do have a lot going on though. I just want to give a little heads up. I feel like you guys have a lot going on with, first of all, those of you Tauruses who have any sort of legal situation going on. I do see it sort of culminating, coming to an end, going in a good direction for sure. Any sort of contract kind of thing, because you do have the Mercury-Pluto conjunction with the Sun, which is illuminating. So there's a lot of focus there on your 9th house. Ninth house has to do with belief systems. It has to do with your moral code, your moral compass, what you believe to be the truth of a situation. But it also does rule lawsuits, like the beginning of lawsuits, right? And then the 8th house would be the settling of lawsuits. So you have Venus in the 8th house in Sagittarius until January 7th. And then Venus goes into Capricorn and it transitions into the 9th house for you. So again, Capricorn has to do with putting the work into something, but it has to do with the law as well. So, Venus moving into that energy in the 9th house, I feel like it's very positively aspected for those of you who have lawsuits going on of any kind at all, all right? Or any sort of like negotiation, I feel like is very beneficial. Now, Mars in Aries is in your 12th house. And that's the house of the subconscious mind. So I feel like what's going to be happening for you is you're going to feel very clear, or at least motivated, and have a very strong resolve about what it is that you want to bring to yourself. Because even though it's a subconscious mind, it's like, what do you really want with your life? Really want? It's like getting spiritual with it. And with Mars in there, you're going to feel very motivated to better understand yourself, better understand what you want. Many of you are going to be getting into meditating to get those answers, tapping into spirituality, astrology, and tarot to get the answers. Really feeling very motivated to get to the bottom of those things, which is really good because it's going to serve you in a number of ways. Now, again, when we're talking about the Venus in the 8th house, it's how we show up as a we energy as well in relationships. It has to do with our partner's money versus our money. It has to do with intimacy. It has to do with how we communicate with each other as a we. It's also the house, though, of money coming to us from work that we don't do. So it could be inheritance. Again, any sort of legal settlement, insurance payout, any sort of investment. 8th house does rule the stock market. You have Venus in there with Sagittarius, which is all about luck and expansion until the 7th of the month. So it does look good for you guys. And then again, Venus does go into your 8th house come January 8th in Capricorn. So there's going to be more of that focus on what, really figuring out where it is that you want to go. But I feel like this is a very good energy as far as putting your ducks in a row sort of thing, if that makes sense to you. So we're going to start off with money. When I say money, again, I don't only mean your job. It could be your job, but it's your money. It's other people's money that somehow comes to you. So it could have to do with your partner. It could have to do with any sort of settlement, any sort of payout, any sort of investment that wants to come out. We get the Chariot working there. Okay. So some of you may be deciding to either leave some sort of toxic work environment, some sort of toxic situation that somehow inadvertently has to do with finances. So they could even be, for some of you, making the decision to leave a marriage, right? Because that's going to inadvertently impact your finances. Making that decision to leave that job. Making the decision to whatever was toxic, you leaving that, okay? And let's see what it's going to equate to after that. We have that working with the 7 of Wands, you needing to defend yourself, walking away. Yeah, because right now you're all about temperance, Taurus. You're all about temperance. Temperance is about fairness, trying to be, equal, fair, balanced. Okay. So coming into this energy, we have the Page of Cups, and this is could very well be there was a new job, a new opportunity, something new, some sort of some of you might have gotten into a new area of study. You were looking at something, you know, you were studying something that could ultimately end up bringing you money, a new job, whatever it is, some sort of new something having to do with finances. Now, for some of you, this could have been like, I don't know, a new marriage or a new relationship that somehow impacted you, or could certainly be having to do with how it would impact your finances. But it's not always emotions. It's something new that spoke to your heart space. So some sort of new opportunity. Again, the situation right now, we have the Chariot, and the Chariot is all about needing action and change, having to do with something. Now that is being, that's working with the Seven of Wands, and the Seven, you know, this crossing is a complimenting. I always think this is complimenting it, because the Seven of Wands is about being very self-defensive, but in a way where you're standing up for yourself, right? Because it's Mars and Leo, and Mars is all about making sure that we are where we're supposed to be, right? If you think about it like this, those of you who know the cards, Mars is the Tower energy, right? Tower is the falling down of something, but the thing that's falling down is only falling down because it's not meant for us. So Mars takes away things that knows we're ultimately not meant for, right? So when we have this energy, the Seven of Wands, it's like, oh, look, the way this has been going, it's not good for me. I need to defend myself, right? That's like what it is. Definitely moving away, though, from something that's been very toxic for you. There's no question. Feeling like you've needed to defend other people. You may even be in a space where you feel like you need to defend others in a situation, others in your work environment, or other members of your family, maybe, something like that. Particularly if it has to do with maybe like a lawsuit or something like that. We got the Well. This is working with the Well. These three energies. There's something that you need to look at more deeply, Taurus, because the Well does indicate that whatever you're looking to have as an outcome is not only possible, will happen, but it's going to require a lot of very hard work, and it's going to require for you to see things that you're not seeing right now. Even though you might feel like you've thought of everything and you could see everything very clearly regarding that job, those people, that lawsuit, that investment, whatever it is, that divorce settlement, that insurance, whatever it is. There's something that you're not seeing, though, because the Well does indicate, it's like, you know, in a well, like there's stuff at the bottom. That's where like the most important stuff is sometimes, right? So there's something that needs to be seen. And you're going to have to work hard at something, but you're going to have a positive outcome, which is really good. You need to work at something that you're not really seeing right now. And then we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is the best that could be achieved in the circumstances as they stand right now. And this is about withdrawing and retreating, moving on, and abandoning a situation. With sadness but no regret, because you're realizing that if it's a job, you were never going to really be happy. It was never going to be able to bring you what it is that you're ultimately looking for. And you know that. If it has to do with a divorce, you know, not to make this about relationship, but the finances, it's like, all right, I'm leaving so it's just not worth it for me to stay in. So, you know, something that you are some sort of family connection, right, connected to finances, you're just like, it's not what I'm looking for. Oh my gosh, we got the book. So Taurus, I don't know, there's something that between the Well and the book. I mean, these two energies, right? The main thesis of these energies are basically like you have to look at beyond what you see right now. The Book of Knowledge is indicating that there is something that you're not seeing, not because you're blind, not because you're ignorant or unintelligent. It's got nothing to do with that. It's almost like there's a piece of the puzzle missing that you haven't been privy to up to this point. There's something that you need to see that you're not seeing right now. Okay? Something that you're not seeing having to do with your ability to make money, your ability to be productive. There's something you're not seeing. It's almost like you're leaving this space of, I'm going to say lack for some of you, or the space of just not being happy, feeling like you're not doing 100% the right thing for you. But it's like you can't fully crystallize what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And you know what? Listen, I mean, the way the conjunction is hitting you guys, and the fact that Saturn is going to be invisible from the went invisible the end of December, is not going to be visible until the middle of February. There's going to be this issue with you being able to crystallize something in its fullest form, having to do with some sort of financial matter, particularly having to do with career. Talking through that. So I hope I didn't confuse you guys. It should make more sense to you if you watch the astrology video. I do mention how Saturn is in all of his power is going invisible. Doesn't mean he's not doing his thing. Just means we can't see him. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work that's going on. Behind the scenes holding back. Behind the scenes, no, not yet. Stuff we can't even see. It's like stuff being held back, but it's always for our ultimate good, even though it's frustrating. So we have the foundation. The reason for the reading here, temperance is about balance and harmony and patience and self-control and moderation. And what do you need? And what is the party that you're dealing with needs? You know, what does the overall situation need to be to benefit? You know, I like the temperance energy as well, because the temperance is the energy of Sagittarius in astrology, right? So this is about moving forward with integrity, but it is this idea of moving forward nonetheless, right? I mean, that's what the temperance is. Moving forward. And that's really where you're at. You really want to move forward in a situation. You want to get something moving. So you might be a little frustrated with the fact that something is not able to be crystallized, because there's something you need to see, but it's almost like it's being revealed to you and it's time. But you have to stay very open to it. Oh, hello, Fox. You may be dealing with an energy that's very duplicitous right now, Taurus, you know, where you're really in this space of trying to collaborate, cooperate, right? It's a very cooperative energy, and somebody might be giving you lip service. So the Fox is a very two-faced energy. It's promising something out of one side of the mouth and then saying something to somebody else out of the other side. So, you know, this is one of those energies, just believe, don't believe, to be forewarned, just to be forearmed, at least tuck it away somewhere in the back of your mind. I know you guys are you guys are just like, I'm ready to just build and go, right? The Empress, she's the mother of the tarot. It's about, you know, and it's a basic element. It's about fertility, creation, pregnancy, abundance. So for a lot of you, maybe you're pregnant, or maybe you're very concerned about your children and you're looking to increase your finances for the sake of your children, for the sake of your family. It could certainly be because of that. But it really could just be because you're looking to really feel satisfied and happy in something that you can grow in, that brings you the money that you're looking for, that also makes you feel good. All of that, what I just said, is all Venus. Venus is money, love, loving what you do, and feeling good about it, because it's also our self-esteem and our sense of self-worth and self-value. So that's where you're at. I mean, you're just very focused on feeling good about whatever it is. But look, what's crossing it or complementing it, I would say, is the coffin energy. Something has to end. So there's this ending. See, the Empress energy is about birth, and the coffin energy is about death. It's about a necessary death, though, indicating that something needs to end here so that you can move on and transform yourself. So something needs to be released. So, Taurus, you know, if you're spinning your wheels in some sort of financial situation, some sort of training situation, some sort of lawsuit that you feel like is going nowhere, it's costing you more money to keep it going, if it's some sort of investment that's just not paying out, you know, you got to release something. The energy here is you're understanding it too, because it's in the you and only you position. Something needs to end. Now, I'm going to tell you very directly for some of you, and please don't be overly concerned, I'm just throwing it out there. This can also indicate that because of somebody else's death, you're able to move forward in something. So this could have to do with an inheritance of some sort as well. So we have this with the Queen of Wands as an external energy. This is an external influence affecting you. This is kind of like your environment, the environment you're in, but it's external to you. It's not deep internal to you. So we have this Queen of Wands energy. This is a very confident, self-assured person. So this could be somebody who's offering you a job, somebody, you know, if you're dealing with some sort of legal issue, this could be your lawyer who's like really energetic, feeling very confident, self-assured about something. Anybody that you're dealing with regarding some sort of financial situation, coming off as being very, very confident and self-assured. Or this could just be the general energetic influence that you feel sort of surrounded by right now. Just this general vibe of, you know, everything's going okay, you know, even though I'm not where I want to be right now, you feeling like the direction is ultimately bringing you in the right energy is bringing you in the right direction. And then we have the heart. The heart is the shape of peace, of happiness, you know, of feeling kind of at one with what you're doing. So I really like that. Beautiful. Positive no matter how you slice it, whether that Queen of Wands is another person external to you that's being very supportive, or if it's the general energetic influence. Really, really good. Now let's look at your hope and your fear. Your hope and your fear is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a new project and the urge to create something. So you're hoping to do that, but you're also afraid. So you may have something in your heart, in your soul, in your belly that you really want to create, the urge to do something different, right? Ace is brand new, Wands are will, motivation, things that we utilize to create. So definitely feeling that. Oh, look at this. But we have the cross. So what I feel like a lot of you are feeling on like a psychological level is this desire to create something, but this fear that you're going to have to give something else up in the process, right? Because this is the Christ consciousness card. It does just that, right? I mean, as it goes, Christ died on the cross for the sins of humanity, right? So in order for there to be redemption, in order for humanity to have this redemption, he needed to die, right? So there needed to be this dying off of something in order for something else to be redeemed. So we have this beginning, right? This desire, but yet this hope, right? Of you wanting to start something new, push forward something new in a new way. But this idea of, in order for that to happen, what do you need to give up? You know, something needs to be given up. And you're feeling that. I mean, it's a very deep psychological energy. You may not, in reality, have to give anything up, but at least it does seem like that's at least viscerally what you're feeling right now in your emotional space. Now, as far as the near future, we have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is a Jupiter and Libra energy. Jupiter expands whatever it's in. Libra is about partnerships of all kinds, right? So this could be business partnership. This could be, because Libra is also ruled by Venus, it's also, the glyph is the scales, about fairness. So it's like you're kind of pressing the pause button, not doing anything fully blown active just yet. It's a more getting your ducks in a row, figuring out what you've done in the past that hasn't worked, figuring out what changes you need to make in order for something to work in a way where you feel like it's fair to you, given your skill set, given your time, and given what you need for your life. I think this is very, very healthy for you. Is a moving on from where you are at right in this moment, but into a better place. Maybe you're joining the circus, Taurus. No, I'm just kidding. The mask is about feeling one thing on the inside and acting another way on the outside. I'm going to give you a really good example of how this could show up. Let's say you're at a job right now and you know that this is not what you want to do for the rest of your days, but you haven't fully formulated what you're transitioning into, or you haven't fully set that situation up. Well, you're not going to walk around your job that you're doing now and say, I want to leave and I want to go do this and this. No. You're going to go in and you're going to do your job and you're going to act like nothing's going on while you're setting your ducks up in a row behind the scenes. Or this could have to do with, if it's got to do with a lawsuit, maybe behind the scenes, hiring a different lawyer, doing your own research, acting one way. But I don't feel like there's malice here at all. I feel like this is actually very intentional and strategic. I really do. I feel like there's a very strategic vibe about this that I'm getting. Yeah, look at this. Two of Swords, because you're confused. So it's time to compromise. You have to make a decision. So you might be acting as if right now, but really it's ultimately it's going to come to a point. The final outcome is you can't keep whatever's happening right now with the money situation. It can't continue. There has to be this decision made. I like it. This is about getting not only accolades is such a dramatic word, but appreciation. Somebody showing affection for you, for what you bring to the table, your skill set, something that makes you feel good about what you're doing. But it's not going to be easy. Taurus, whatever's going on here with money, it's not going to be easy for you to do it, but the payoff is definitely going to be worth it. I just feel like it is. You're going to have to be patient. You guys are good with that. You guys are very patient souls, the archetype is, but it's going to be so positive. We got the clover energy, 4-leaf clover. This is all going to go really well, but you're going to have to be... See, because I feel like this is sort of a rolling out. This is like part of the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction for you guys. I feel like it's going to be rolling out. Very heavy duty for the next year, more so for the next 2 years. It's going to end up inciting the change for the next 20. So this is, I see positive things going, but you have to be patient and you're going to have to be willing to put in the hard work and stay open. Definitely staying open to information that needs to come to you with this book and this well. Okay, my friends, that's what I have for the money section of something. I hope that was helpful in some way. Now we're going to go into relationships. So I'm going to be doing the same style. I'm going to be using a different Lenormand deck and a different tarot deck having to do with relationships for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's put these over here for now. I feel like I want to just use the good old Rider-Waite for you guys. Feel the signs. I'm feeling it. Feeling drawn. Good messages. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. With relationships. Taurus friends. Does Taurus need to understand for the beginning of January? Feel like big shifts for you. I really do. Like, just because Venus is going from your 8th into your 9th house, Venus in Sag into Venus in Capricorn, the 8th into the 9th. Those are heavy houses. It's not bad. Problem solving. I like that we got the Hermit. Lesson learned. Final outcome. Beautiful blessing to come to you. So let's start off with that. Shooting to the punch here. Queen of Wands in the recent past. Coming into this energy. Very feisty energy, confident, self-assured. You might have been dealing with somebody who... Now, this could be you. You know, this could have just been you in relationship, feeling very confident, very... passionate, very motivated, you know, within the context of the relationship, you being very attracted to them being attracted to you. Lots of attraction and want and willingness to do something. Then we have the foundation. We have the Knight of Cups, and it's working with the Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Cups is about Prince Charming, Princess Charming coming in, of you know, very romantic energy for sure, but a proposal. He's not just coming in. Or she's just not coming in, right? In tarot, we don't honor genders. It's just for the sake of the picture, right? But it's something is being proposed here. Do you want to go out? Do you want to get married? Do you want to have a baby? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want, you know, because it's a knight. So there's somebody who you know, somebody that you've met already, who's coming in and offering you something. But now it's being crossed or complemented depending on what situation you're in with the Nine of Pentacles. And the reason I'm saying that is because this is a very self-sufficient energy. This is about financial gains, really focusing on what you like to do because you like to do it. Nine of Pentacles is like, you've been working, you're saving your money, the little bit of money maybe that you have left over, you like to spend the way you want to spend it on the little luxuries that you like to spend on, so somebody is proposing something, but some of you may be in this space where it's like, I don't know. I'm really kind of in a space of just being me, doing me right now for a minute. That's definitely going to be for some of you. For others of you, you may be the one who's offering somebody something, right? Because this is just a situation. And they may be in this space where they're more focused on their stuff. Somebody may be proposing something as well, but you're very, very focused on your career right now. And you're just really not sure. It's not that you're not attracted to them, not that you don't think that they're really nice or that something can work. If this isn't somebody new, maybe somebody that you've been with, proposing maybe to move in together, get married, have a baby, whatever. But do some sort of big romantic gesture. But this idea of, I don't know, like focusing on the financial gain and being very self-sufficient can be a situation that's playing out right now. So let's see what the Lenormand has to say as far as a clarifying card for that. So it does seem to me, according to the cards, that there's going to be some sort of argument. It's called whips in this deck. It's called birch broom in my other one. But it's argument nonetheless about a me and a we energy, right? And that's the best way for me to put it. Because the Nine of Pentacles is very much a me-based energy, right? It's like what you make, your gains, your solo pleasures, what you want, right? All of that. Versus the Knight of Cups is very much about partnering. So it does seem like wherever you're at right now in relationship, Taurus, there is this idea of what do you want? What do they want? What does the relationship need? And I almost get a feeling like everybody's sort of in their own camps when it comes to this. Now, if this maintains, though, the best that can be achieved in the circumstances is we have the Hermit energy. And the Hermit energy, when we're talking about relationships, is about going it alone for a bit, right? And but with purpose, right? It's a going within for clarity in that quest for personal truth and what it is that you really want. But remember, the Hermit is Virgo. Virgo is the landlord of the 6th house. The 6th house is the house of problems that need solving. That's why the 6th house is also the house of our health, mental, physical, emotional. It's the house that rules our day-to-day work environment, people we work with and for. And it also rules our just general day-to-day. There are always problems that come up because that's life, right? And in the Hermit energy, it's all about being solution-focused. So if you're in a situation where somebody's not on the right page as you, the Hermit energy here can indicate you going it alone and figuring out what the right thing is for you. Or, obviously, not all of you are going to be separating from somebody or being pulled away. That would be ridiculous. It's at least kind of climbing within yourself to come to some sort of solution. Something needs solving here. Yeah. All right. So we have this working with the Garden energy. And the Garden energy is all about networking. Whether it's online, whether it's dealing with other people. So I have to say, maybe your partner, the person that you're with, is online speaking to other people. You're online speaking to other people. Because that's the Garden energy. The Garden energy is about dealing with other people. Again, social media, social networking. Especially if you're focused on your job, there's a lot of networking going on. You are busy as all get out. You're needing to deal with other things. And you actually don't have... Some of you may actually feel like you don't have the time to actually dedicate to a relationship in the way that you feel is necessary, or you may feel like your partner doesn't. You know, the energies could always be vice versa. But there is this energy having to do with social networking and other people. And to get that with the Hermit energy is very interesting, because it's almost like you're feeling that there is this issue that cannot be resolved. And in order for you to resolve it, you have to reach out to... on social media, sort of maybe meet new people. I mean, that may be the situation, or they're doing it. you know, because we do have the devil as the foundation. So there's some sort of imbalance that's going on here. I mean, the devil can be many things. I like to just say in a nutshell, it's about imbalance. You know, it could have to do with addiction and greed and envy and materialism and obsession and sexual lust and all stuff like that. You know, all kinds of things like that. But at the end of the day, it's any kind of imbalance that ends up creating this shackled type of restriction within the relationship. And I feel like, Taurus, right now you feel like that within relationship. You feel very shackled by some sort of imbalance that's going on. Like definitely not having a meeting of the minds. There's no question. There's arguments. There's something going on, like people reaching out to people on social media. You guys may not be in a very good space right now. We got the devil working with the commitment card, ring. So this is about a strong foundation. The ring in this Lenormand deck, and in my other Lenormand deck, it's the ruby, right? Because ruby does represent a strong foundation. The devil energy here is working with this idea of commitment. So there's imbalance within this commitment right now. There's no question. Like that is what's happening right now. And you are in a mode of self-protection. You just are. You're protecting yourself. If for nothing else, you have a very strong desire for long-term security, and you're not sure if you're going to get it here in every which way, whether it's emotional security, physical security, you know, having to do with resources, shared resources, whatever it is. You're in the space of self-protection right now. And then we have the sun. So you're protecting yourself right now. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, because what you're doing right now is meant to ultimately serve you. If you're feeling protective of yourself right now, that's a blessing. There's a good reason for it. Go with that. Right? Sometimes we don't get that, right? Sometimes we're like, oh, you're reading too much into this or whatever. You know, if you maintain this position of self-protection, it's going to create energetic blocks, No. Right now, no. You're protecting yourself because you're focused on being happy, which is super healthy, and it is the right thing to do right now. Now, your environment and external influence affecting you, Taurus, is the Eight of Wands. I feel like some sort of news is going to be coming into you, external. So some sort of news is going to be coming in that's going to incite like a speedy action and this quick change. Let me just pull a clarifier on that. And yeah, there's movement, move. So for some of you, if you're not in connection with somebody contacting you. Now, Taurus, I'm not saying somebody's definitely going to call you. You need to understand how to work with the tarot cards. And I'm only saying this because one of my subscribers mentioned, you know, it annoys me and it's irresponsible of tarot readers to say if it's indicated that somebody's going to call. No, that's the energy, but we don't know what else is in your chart. If you're a Taurus sun, what's your rising, what's your moon, what's your Venus, what's your Mars, what's on your 7th house? You know what I mean? That's why it's important to understand your other energies, right? So I wanted to say that. But what I see here is there is this external calling from you. Like, I don't feel like it's coming from you. An external energy that's looking to move you forward. So for some of you, this could be somebody saying, I want to end the relationship, I want a divorce, or I love you, let's move in together, let's do this, right? It's going to be something different for each of you. But there's this need to move away from where you are right now, but you're scared, but you're hoping, but you're scared. Ooh, yeah, heavy, yeah, necessary transition. Is relocating and moving on. This is in your hope and your fear position. This is what you want to move away from the toxicity, but you're afraid to move away. No, look, lilies, love it. Getting a message from the other side, Taurus. This is an energy from somebody who has passed over, who loves you, who has your back, who wants you to feel good and wants you to feel protected. And I love when it comes up in this position because this is a very psychological, very internal energy. So those of you who are feeling this, you're feeling like somebody who has passed is with you. You're smelling things. You're feeling cold out of nowhere. Your technology goes wonky out of nowhere. Random songs hit in your head. You're flooded with random memories that you haven't thought about in forever. You hear a song, something. You know, I have to tell you what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like something very, it's like more than destiny driven, more than preordained. It's preordained is more maybe what I want to say. It's like the pieces are shifting in your life exactly the way they're supposed to, but it may not be how you thought it was going to go. Interesting. We have this Knight of Wands in your near future. Lusty and free-spirited energy, lots of attraction. Lots of attraction. You could be meeting them online. Oh, there's a very seductive element to this. I mean, to have the Knight of Wands with the birds, which is about somebody saying very positive, beautiful things to you and about you. It's even them talking to their friends, right? It's like gossip with two birds talking to each other. But it's very positive. Somebody's saying very positive things about you. The only thing I want to say with the Knight of Wands energy is you do want to be a little careful because it is a very lusty energy. So this could be you, where you're feeling very lusty about somebody that maybe you're meeting online, or, right? It could be that. Lusty is such a cheesy word, right? But you know what I mean. Like, attracted, whatever you want to say. Or you meeting somebody online and them actually being like that, in which case, make sure you have your spidey senses turned up. Well, let's just see what we have the world. I mean, we love the world, especially in this position. Are you kidding? This is amazing. The world is fabulous, not only because it's a Saturn energy in astrology. And astrology is hard as hell to go through, right? But when you go through the Saturn lessons, he leaves not only the best gifts, but the biggest blessings that last. They have durability, unlike like Jupiter blessings, right? We like Saturn lessons. We don't like going through them, but we like the blessings that comes. But this is all about lesson learned. Some sort of lesson, something's been completed. We have mountain. Mountain means some obstacle. Not impossible, but there's something that you need to get over. There's something, right? We have to climb over mountains. Not the easiest thing to do. We got the key. Now you're gonna need to make a choice, Taurus. You know, at the end of the day, are you gonna keep your love? Are you gonna keep your passion and what it is that you want out of relationship held up inside a gilded cage, locked up because of fear or because of past lousy experiences that didn't really resonate with you, that maybe hurt you at the very least? Or are you going to keep your cage open? And are you going to allow somebody to come in like this bird and allow you to bring that out in yourself? And this is really about honesty and about trying to stay honest with yourself and have an open heart and not allow yourself to be marred by past experiences, you know? Because there's definitely going to be something that's very much bothering you. You know, the mice is like that thing, this thing that's nagging at you. It's bothering you. It's bothering you. Then we have the fish. The fish is about having everything that you need. I do want to say maybe some of you are dealing with the Pisces energy, right? Because the fish is Pisces. But in Lenormand, the fish is about, it has to do with having what you need. You're worried about money, you're going to have everything that you need. You're going to have everything that you need in order to grow. So if there's some sort of change in circumstance having to do with where you live, because there's a change in your relationship status, it might not be easy. And I know it's bothering you that you're worried if you're going to be able to have enough, or are you going to feel even if money is great, you feeling like you might be making a mistake. A lot of you are going to be in that space of feeling like that, but I don't see there's going to be, you're going to have a lot of internal conflict. But it's going to end up really, really well for you. We have the Clover energy as the final card. So yeah, absolutely, like lesson learned. It might be difficult to either, because I'm not going to say, it would be silly to say that every Taurus is going to be ending something. That's ridiculous. But it does seem like there is some sort of situation that has to go on that needs to shift. Now, I want to say for those of you who are in deep committed relationship and nobody's going anywhere, this Hermit energy with the Garden could be you guys actively seeking help online, maybe looking for some sort of therapist to deal with the imbalance in the relationship so that you could be happy. Because you don't want to move on from that. Right? And this bird energy, this could be, you know, realizing from your partner that they feel love that you didn't realize that they felt. You started to question it, or they felt in ways about your connection. And it does indicate to me that there's going to be some working through, but once that issue is addressed and that lesson is learned, you guys are going to be able to be fabulous in that world energy after having gone through so much. But you're going to know how that's going to resonate with you, because this would require, the interpretation I just gave you, would require dealing with an energy who's open to that. And a lot of people are not open to therapy. A lot of people are not open to really addressing the raw and challenging and ugly aspects of what goes on in a relationship, right? So you're going to know which resonates with your situation. But anyway, that is what we have for the beginning of January. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, Taurus, and I will see you guys next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.